So here you see the actual big month, 522K in the month. That's a pretty big number, huh?
Meet Warner. He made over $8 million in total with over 75 faceless channels, and I had to figure out how he did it, so I flew to Spain to meet him and see what the life of a faceless millionaire actually looks like. In this episode, he breaks down the types of niches that make the most money,
One ASMR channel right now is doing between 24,000 and 30,000 a month.
monetization secrets most YouTubers don't know about,
Actually, well, a lot of people say you can't monetize it. You can't monetize it if you don't know enough.
and how to catch trends to turn channels into instant profit.
The Italian brain rot by emoji. It was so stupid, and I did that, and literally the second video we posted got like 1.8 million views. Got the channel monetized, brought it to $300 a day.
Today we're with Warner.
Nice to meet you, Richard.
Yeah.
How are you?
And let's see what the life of a faceless YouTube millionaire looks like.
Well, let's go for it. We have an exciting day scheduled ahead of us. Time to do a little bit of work, show the behind the scenes, but also like how a day looks like while I'm a little bit on holidays. Now time for some lovely breakfast, I gotta say.
Let's see the dream life. How much did you make lifetime from YouTube?
Probably around 7 to 8 million right now.
7 to 8 million. Okay, that's crazy. Maybe understand a bit more. Like, what's your process like managing everything? Like, how much are you making from YouTube today, this month?
Right now, it's between 100 140,000 a month.
Okay.
It could be a little bit higher, but right now it's summer holidays. I'm not checking everything as much as I should.
For sure.
And you definitely see that back in the performance of the channel. So it's always funny. You want to teach people, of course, to automate and outsource the entire process. But when you get that trained eye, you still spot things that no one else can spot. So yeah, it's sometimes always important for me to be involved around the business instead of outsourcing it 100%.
It's the biggest channel right now that you have that you can talk about.
So number one would be an ASMR channel. One ASMR channel right now is doing between 24,000 and 30,000 a month.
Okay.
Then actually, well, a lot of people say you can't monetize it. You can't monetize it if you don't know enough. And those are rain channels. I have a couple of them right now.
Rain channel.
And they're doing between 5 grand to 25 grand a month each as well. Very consistency for over a year now. So they're doing an average between 120 to 300,000 a year, pretty much.
What is a rain channel?
Oh, you type in rain ASMR, you'll find a couple of those nice bed frames and a little bit of rain sounds with a little bit of piano music. And
Yeah.
that's me.
So those are the videos that like are running 24 hours?
There are also live streams 24 hours. Yeah. We use a Vietnamese service. I don't know the name out of my head, but maybe can leave the link down below.
Yeah.
You need a Vietnamese bank to pay for it. And we have Vietnamese staff, so we can pay for it. There's also an English version of it. I don't remember that one out of my head, but you can live stream on that. And you can also set time durations. So a lot of people don't know, and I'll be able to show on my phone later as well, is that live streams that can actually make really good money.
Okay.
One of our channels is now doing about 2 to 3 grand a month on live streams, and we're implementing it more and more and more.
During what live stream?
In this case, rain live streams are also ASMR live streams.
Like real life, like it's...
No, it's not real life. You just use a video file. So you produce the video that you normally would publish.
Right.
In this case, you make it, instead of 12 hours, you make it 1 hour.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like render it for 12 hours. You know, I'm a lazy piece of shit. You know, I don't want to do that.
Sure.
I just want to use a 1 hour video. Then we loop the video file until it becomes 11 hours and 55 minutes, or a little bit less, 11 hours, 54 minutes and 59 seconds.
Okay.
And YouTube then always processes it as a video. So the video will always remain online. And it is seen as an individual upload from your uploads. So YouTube promotes it harder. The live streams get promoted more. There's more activity in the chats, which means there's more engagement, which means YouTube is actually a fan of people live streaming and very high watch times, because we don't do mid-roll ads on these rain channels or ASMR channels. We don't run any mid-roll ads. We just farm YouTube premium revenue.
What kind of RPM those get?
So the rain stuff gets about 3-4. ASMR that has sometimes some advertisement can be between 10 all the way up to 25.
10 all the way, okay, to 25. What type of ASMR does $25 RPM?
ASMR where a lot of older women are watching, older women, and then the duration of the videos for these RPMs is about 8 hours. And then there's an advertisement average, like the first 10 minutes I don't do it, and then we do it every 4 minutes, just to make sure that we have a higher watch time than the competitors.
So how many channels total?
Right now, about 75.
75 channels.
75 monetized channels, yeah.
Holy shit. How many languages?
Yeah, so there's 2 multi-language brands, one of which had 21 languages, which we stopped the majority of them, because they were no longer profitable. They were profitable during the Sprunky phase, originally a popular topic, and the other one was popular during Italian brain rot, which is actually the camera girl in this case, sending me this meme about Italian brain rots, and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? She's like, you have to look it on YouTube or something. Like, she knew I was doing YouTube, and I was like, let me have a look. And I was like, holy shit, there's like quiz channels doing like 1 million views in 2 days.
Yeah.
Like uploading Italian brain with like guess the Italian brain with by emoji.
Yeah.
And it was so stupid. And I did that, and literally the second video we posted got like 1.8 million views. Got the channel monetized, brought it to $300 a day.
Damn.
But the competition became a lot more. But now we're more looking to the evergreen topics, seeing what is now getting popular. Because Italian Brainbot is slowly but surely dying. Same as an example, Squid Game 3 is another one dying.
It's all trend jacking, basically.
It's all trend jacking. So you make a lot of money during the trends, and when it's low season, we reduce the uploads to like once every 2 days or 2 times a week.
Okay, wow, that's crazy. All right, yeah, so 75 channels. Let's see how he manages the whole thing, the processes, the pipelines. Basically, how does your day look like?
So how my day looks like is normally I'll check in with a few channels. So I normally go through the biggest channels first, and then I go a little bit lower, because I want to double down, of course, on what's working.
Yeah.
So this is one of the ASMR channels. We do post like multiple times a day. As you can see right here, we do have a lot of posts here, and both the normal videos and also complete AI videos. So this was a big recent trend, which is like the AI satisfying content. And as you can see, like we got 170,000 views, which was equivalent to $451.
Wow.
And it's still doing like pretty much what is this, like $21, $22 a day. So of course we can also go to the last 7 days. And then here you can see like how much it makes. So as an example, I will look for mistakes. So here I see there has been a short video published, but that's not enough. You know, normally there should be a long form video every single day. So there has been some sort of mistake there. Also, what you see is these little icons here, and those are actually live streams. And the live streams are nothing else than 1 hour of content replayed to 11 hours, 54 minutes, and 59 seconds.
Right.
So let's go ahead and go to the revenue tab. And then as you can see that videos are actually equivalent to $15,600. With the average RPM being $8.47. So it's not too bad. Then there's also some short stuff, which we're still getting 2.3 million views a month from. And these are normally just like older videos, but it's still doing me $300 a month. And you know, the RPM on shorts definitely has gone up. So I should probably start posting more shorts and more fine videos in this case.
Because now it's 13 cents, but before, what was it?
6, 7.
Oh shit.
So it's like almost doubled over the last couple of months. And like I said in the beginning, you can also go to the live tab. And you see actually the live makes more than the videos do. Yeah. So it's $12 RPM, and just on 173,000 views, we managed to get a little bit over $2,000.
Wait, so what do you do exactly on the live?
So what we do on the live is nothing else than have a original 1 hour video.
Yeah.
And then you go to a platform such as OBS in this case.
Yeah.
And then in OBS, what you do, you replay the video.
Yeah.
And then in this case, with the Vietnamese software or with like some US softwares, you're able to put a timer on it. So in this case, we put the timer just under the 12 hours. So if you go over the 12 hours, as an example, YouTube won't process it as a video. YouTube will only process it as like an event, like a live stream. So that's why even for streamers, and even like a good streamer friend of mine, Alois, I also said, like, even if you do the long streams on YouTube, make sure you actually stop them on 12 hours. And just literally 2 minutes later be like, hey, I'll be back in 2 minutes, I'll be live, like, and go again. Because then on YouTube, it catches as a video. You know, you can get views for a day later, 2 days later, 3 days later, and it can still be recommended to you. And then here, as an example, you have like a satisfying live stream. Let's open that, and here you see 21,000 views, and it's like $271.
Wow.
So it's pretty good, and, you know, get some watch time, subscribers, and make some money. And if you go to the revenue tab here, it's pretty much almost to the exact same thing. And you can also see here, and this is the interesting part, live ad revenue. So during the live stream, we've made $2. But because YouTube then processes it as a new video, you can see that the replay has actually made $270. So that's why live streaming is so overpowered. And that's why I recommend people, when you have longer forms of content, you can go ahead and replay this over and over and over again.
And that's why we built 1of10.com, a tool that helps creators like you do the same, but 100 times easier. The tool helps you find viral video ideas already working in your niche. It then analyzes the millions of outliers in the database to help you generate your titles and thumbnails that match your channel. For example, it can create thumbnails in the style of Beluga, or even create variations of thumbnails from just a title. And this works in any niche. No more wasting hours brainstorming concepts and designing on Canva. And one creator even used 1of10 to combine a viral idea with a high-performing thumbnail concept. The result? Her most viewed video ever with over 2 million views. And the best part? With code POD20 you'll get 20% off for life. So if you want to grow your channel faster, join thousands of YouTubers and head over to 1of10.com. Now back to the pod.
Can we see the highest revenue video?
The best video recently, which is not even that old, is this one. We got 2.3 million views, 855,000 watch hours, 5.6k subscribers, and almost 30,000
yearly. Man, now you only one video.
Yeah, more than a yearly salary. We're not even 1 year in. We got another 100 days to go, 103 days to go. So we take this as an example. Let's look at the last 28 days. It's such a passive evergreen video, you know. You get 2.4K. You literally make a monthly salary from an individual video.
Yeah.
How stupid is that?
That's crazy.
An individual video makes enough money to just have it forever. So to go a little bit into how a content production looks like, in this case, we've hired, and this is maybe a little bit controversial, a Russian girl to go ahead and make this content because they can be very aesthetic. And before, it's actually content that my ex-girlfriend used to make. So now we replaced that. And in this case, we're just making sure that the content is as long as possible and also in high quality and very good for the sound. So it's all cut up. So a 3-minute clip might be edited down to 15 seconds. So it's like just placing things, making sure the sounds are optimized, that the microphones are always in the right position. And then we're just consistently adding new content to it. But we are repurposing content consistently because otherwise the content would be too expensive. To make a 3-hour video like this would probably cost me about $5,000 for an individual video if I would do it this way. But because I repurpose this video into, what is it, like 100 different videos, then of course your cost is going to be like $25 per video on average. Holy shit. So that's how you save up money with like compilation style videos. That's what a lot more creators are doing is like, instead of making new content, let's repackage it and let's make it longer. That's where you get the channels from like Sniper Wolf top videos. Right. Infinite top videos. And those channels, those will print money. Like the RPMs on those channels are like $25, $25, $30. We've even seen RPMs as high as $50 on some of these channels. Holy shit. So $50 RPM, and then you get like 20,000 views a month, and it's still $1,000 a month that you get. So it's absolutely mind-blowing money for these longer form compilation style. And to show you the difference, this is a 3-hour video. And if we go back here, this 3-hour video with 2.3 million views. Yeah. Has earned $30,000. And then if we go to our 1-hour long video, which is this one, which got 1.4 million more views, made $10,000 less. Yeah. All because of the duration of your videos. That's why longer videos perform so well. And I would classify this into 3 different kinds of audiences. Yeah. You have your audience, which are kids. Kids watch anything, Italian brainwave memes, but we'll go into that as well in a second. Then you have content which you and me watch as adults. And this is content what is mostly referred to as lunch content. And lunch content means this is a video. Let's say both of you were not here. I would be on my phone and I would watch a video. You know, I want the video to be about 40 minutes. The 40 minutes is the average working break that someone gets at work to go ahead and, you know, they will grab a snack or they will go to fucking Subway. They order the bread and they have 40 minutes to finish it. The average video then is 40 minutes, and that's your key audience time frame. Because if you have a good enough video, you will always reach that watch time. Yep. And people want to be able to finish the videos. If you have a lunch break and you see a 3-hour video, you will not click. Because you know you'll not be able to finish the video. But if you get a 40-minute video, and that's why channels such as Fern, Hoke, Neo, the quality channels, they do so well because, you know, even in my lunch break, when I'm having a coffee and I don't know, a sandwich with carpaccio or something, you know, I watch those channels as well. So that's what I call lunch content. And then the other best content to have is sleep content. So content for people to fall asleep to. And this is your other big niche. So people will watch for hours and hours and hours. And there's a lot of channels, and I can even show you one in a second, where we don't even run mid-roll ads, and yet it makes 15,000 a month consistently for more than a year straight. Crazy. And that's how crazy it is. Let's go over and hop to that channel. Okay, so as you can see right now, I've actually logged into one of the rain channels. So it's one of the 70 channels you have. Yes, and then I'll share the multi-language after, but here you can see like relaxing piano and rain sounds to fall asleep to instantly with healing night ambience. So this is like really focused for people towards sleeping. So these videos are 3 hours or 8 hours long. And as you can see, the average watch time here is 1 hour and 2 minutes. You can see like the typical one is also like 1 hour. Yeah. Doesn't drop below that, which is mind blowing. The thumbnails are 4.2%. So people are always obsessed about good CTRs. CTRs depend on if people come from browse and they're returning viewers, or if the content is suggested. They will all have different kinds of CTRs. So CTR is a ballpark. It's not something you have to blindly focus on. Right. You know, my best performing video ever, which is on the deleted channel, is top 5 Minecraft animations, which I uploaded in 2013, 2014. I got 74 million views, and it made me about $250,000. That video had a 1.8% CTR. It's just because it was suggested everywhere. It was 2 years to go. It was so broad because every fucking kid likes Minecraft. and did like Minecraft animation. It was a longer video. Back then, I was already doing this. I was doing this fucking 10 years ago. I was already uploading these long videos because I knew like, hey, the longer my videos were, the more money I was making.
How long you been doing this?
So faceless YouTube, like my first compilation style channels, I've been doing them since 2014 actually. And then my first success came from Minecraft animations, where there was the secret method on YouTube called the unlisted method. I think we spoke about it in the last podcast.
You did, yeah.
Definitely a video to watch also after this one. To keep it very short, the unlisted method is nothing else than buying views on a video when the video is unlisted. And after 2,000 videos, we would publicize the video and YouTube viewers would rank us #1 across everything. So this then helps us to get a bunch of videos and views. And in this way, we will be able to get very good results. Let's go to the analytics here. And you can see that this channel is almost 15 grand. I'm sorry. So it's 14 grand a month. I thought it was 15. And you can see every single day is very consistent and just building in money. Very evergreen. Very evergreen. 200k subscribers. People always keep coming back, and you only need a couple viral videos to consistently give you views.
It's 155,000. How much you spend?
Every video is about, it's a working day in Bali. So I'd say 17 to $25 a pop.
$17 to $25 a pop.
So let's say 25 per video, just to be on the safe side. We've done 151k in profit.
Not bad.
Cannot complain.
Not bad.
Six figures a month.
On one of the 70 channels.
Yeah, and it keeps going. And here you can see we get demonetized and then it goes back up. And then it gets demonetized. But you can see it's very evergreen, just going up. And that's how we like our channels, very evergreen. And that's what I'm focusing more on. And this is not possible with a regular YouTube channel, of course.
Yeah.
So there's some secrets behind this. In this case, it refers to owned and operated channels, which means you need a channel given to you by a company in order to monetize specific kinds of content. YouTube doesn't allow everything to be monetized. That's why some companies have extra rights. As an example, we had a video, which was we buy a lot of funny videos and we license them to big YouTube channels. And we saw that KSI, as an example, reacted to one of our videos.
Okay.
And he didn't get a license for our content because a lot of reaction YouTubers think like, hey, reaction videos are fair use.
Yeah.
Fair use is only if it is educational or brings additional value.
Right.
But a reaction video doesn't really bring extra value. Like I can also sit in camera and be like, oh my God, that's so satisfying. Like,
right.
That's not adding extra value. You're just saying like, try not to say, wow, like the fuck, it's not extra value. So we wanted to put a copyright claim on it. Because when channels are larger size, or when you have a really high trust score, such as KSI in this case, one of the top creators in the industry, of course, we're actually not able to submit a claim.
Why?
It doesn't allow us to. It says like this creator is in the preferred program. You are
he is allowed to do whatever he wants.
Pretty much they get a jail-free. And the same happens on like a lot of other big YouTubers. And in this case, we come to the claim on it, so we had to do a copyright takedown. And then we do get like a license fee, like, you know, the management company comes out and say like, hey, okay, there was no reaction stuff. Let's settle this. You know, we don't charge outrageous amounts. We normally charge 500 for small YouTubers, 1,000 for big YouTubers. They pay us $1,000. We remove the strike. All good. But, you know, we have to protect our creators and people that work with us. So a business is a business overall. I don't like taking down videos. Preferably I claim it and make ad revenue. But, you know, if I can't, I have to make money another way, right? So that's one. So this is like one of the rain channels. And then we have actually a bunch more of these. And they're on different emails. And technically speaking, if you want to go more advanced with YouTube, you can also use different proxies for different channels. But this is like my main account. So I have like a lot of manager access, but not to all channels.
Oh, wait, what is a proxy?
A proxy is just like a VPN, but it's like a virtual private server.
Okay.
And a proxy just allows you to operate from a different address.
You use a VPN to log in your account?
So I use a VPN to log into a proxy, which is like a remote access device.
Oh, okay.
And then I do my YouTube business on that side. So, oh wow, I just get the files, I'll clean out the files. So I remove all the metadata, add the tags, and then I process to upload it. And this I do because I run so many channels. So, you know, if one channel gets taken down, I lose more channels.
Right.
I want to avoid that because YouTube now thinks we're a different human being. And then we actually want to make sure that the Gmail address, as an example, is on the person that's actually alive, because now they do the ID verifications a lot. So sometimes we use a different IDs for that as well. So we pay someone to ID verify the channel.
What do you use for a proxy?
Dolphin proxy. Okay. So I use Dolphin proxy here.
How do you manage all those 70 channels?
First, I take care of all communications, because my job is no longer to go ahead and find profitable channels, find teammates. You know, I have a recruiter. I have someone who does that. I have someone who manages the Trello boards. I send the directions, because when you're a smaller person, you will do everything yourself. You know, you go to Upwork, you hire people. I haven't logged into Upwork for over a year. Because I don't have to. You know, I have my team that goes ahead.
And mostly hire on Upwork or?
If it's quality content or general YouTube automation, I go to Upwork. If it has to do with compilation style content, or in this case, AI content, I go to onlinejobs.ph.
Right.
Which is to hire the Filipino people. Because this is based on hourly, is a lot cheaper per average on video. And the average cost per video, it would then be about $3.5 per video for the employee. Then you get your level of cost. You're going to get to about $10-15 per piece in AI videos. You can get those a lot cheaper with like TubeChef and some other AI tools that can mass generate them. But the problem with mass generation is that there's no psychology in the thumbnails. And the channels just don't perform overall. I know a lot of people are struggling to get AI storytelling channels viral. What you have to do is you have to look for premium niches, so content to fall asleep to, and not just copy channels, but I say that give a spin to it. So you know Sleepless Historian. Everyone knows that channel right now.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest sleep channels. So what you do is you start a channel which doesn't talk about the medieval historian, which is why the niche got popular. You talk about the Vikings. You talk about the Roman Empire. You talk about World War II. You know, and this is how you consistently find new channels and come with ideas. They can also go viral. You know, you won't be the next Sleepless Historian, but you can be the next Sleepless Viking.
Okay.
And if a Viking is interesting, now you can build a 10K, 20K a month channel. So you always want to go ahead and niche down for sure with these AI channels because they're low risk, because the amount of money you spend is almost nothing. You know, you run a channel for 3 months, times $450 a month. Worst case scenario, you lose $1,350. Yeah, boohoo. That's cry. You know, nobody cares. But with YouTube automation, you spend a lot more for videos on Upwork. Normally the average is between, depends on what kind of videos, 60 to $100, I'd say, is the average per video. If you do new style videos, you're going to get 40. You do quiz videos, you're going to get 40.
Yeah.
You do like mechanics and other stuff, you're going to get to 80. So you have lots of the different levels. If you do like crime these days, you have to do the feature FOIA request. You know, you're going to get to $300 per video. So there you have all levels of different kinds of YouTube automations and different purposes. And that stuff we then manage through just Trello. So we have different Trello boards, and in this one we give suggestions. So actually yesterday I got angry at one of my teammates. I could show this. So as an example, right now I'm in the group chat for Chrome, and as an example, I left notes on their Trello board and he didn't listen to it. So now I let it go because we see this performance of this video. This is a Japanese channel that we have. And this is like one of our multi-language quiz channels. Well, you can guess what this is. This is of course Squid Games. And then you have the different emojis and people can find it, and it got 62 views. It's an 8 out of 10 for the first hour. Okay, no big deal. You know, it can go up a little bit later, but not best performance. Yeah. But Squid Game 3 wasn't even that popular. It came out, everyone watched it, and it was over. You know, it was pretty fucking boring if you ask me. They said it was a good episode. I haven't watched it yet, but I knew the performance was Yeah, exactly. So, and everyone has already seen Squid Game 1, Squid Game 2. It's just milking the cow, and I knew it wouldn't perform well on YouTube. And I left this note, as you can see, and I'm able to delete cards in Trello. I can only archive them, but I don't want to do that. So I left a note in this case that I don't want Squid Game 3 videos to be posted as the trend is dead. Please don't do this again and communicate this correctly with your team, since it is multi-language. We just throw away money if the topics aren't popping. So in this case, because it's not just one channel we uploaded on. You know, because we uploaded so many channels, we just have to change the colors and the language.
Right.
We pay an average of about $18 to $25 per video, depending on the duration.
Yeah.
Per language.
How many language?
So this one is still active in about 8 languages.
Oh, wow.
So let's take 8 times 25. For the ease of the calculation, is $200.
Yeah.
So now I threw away $200. You know, a mistake can happen. But now I've warned him. It was in the Trello dashboard. I've messaged him about it. Yeah. Now I have to message him again. So now the thing is, either I can give him a warning and search for someone else, which in this case is not nice because he's a direct link of me. He used to be an old partner of mine that started a production company, and I'm working with him. So I'm getting ridiculously cheap prices. Like, you go to Upwork, you're going to pay 45. Even if you do multi-language, you're going to pay 35, and I'm paying 25 to 18.
Right.
So I'm getting like huge discounts also because I don't have the fees, because I don't work on Upwork. You know, I make a new account for
$18 to $25 for what?
For a full Squid Game video in language, for editing, translation, everything.
Okay.
It's fucking cheap. So I leave him a warning in this case, like, hey, listen, don't make this happen again. Like, if this happens again, then I say, like, hey, listen, I warned you 3 times now. Remove this one from the invoice. That's not my problem. That goes from your margin. You know, he wouldn't be happy about that. But then as an example, the Turkish channel, as an example, doesn't make any money.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, a long time, it might make more money because it's like very evergreen content. But this, of course, is not interesting. So this one we're going to stop. And this one then works together with a lot of different networks.
So how do you know when to stop? Well, I don't know.
If I spend $550 and I make $80,
Right. But that happens in month 1. But
This one is already on for a little bit longer.
okay, like for like 2-3 months, then you're like, okay.
Yeah, so some channels just don't work. Let's go to Crispy Espanol, which is one of our Spanish-speaking channels.
Yeah.
So this channel, as an example, right now is like on a low trend. So it's not doing as much. It was doing like $100 a day, and then it started doing less. The new trend, where it's all Paw Patrol, like famous kids videos, the RPM is still $1. So these videos are actually performing way better than most of the other videos are. So as you can see, like the brain rot trends really started to die out, and we're starting to do more of like the traditional content. Here you got like Advina, El Brain Rot Italiano, and Indonesia, all different languages. And then as we go to most popular videos, we see like a lot of numbers, Bluey, Sonic. So that's why we do like the different trends, like dogs as Bluey, or cats as Bluey, or humans as Bluey. So it's like different kind of videos. I saw this going viral somewhere else. And that's where you can use like one of 10 or 4 to find outliers on, of course, different channels. Yeah. So this is actually one of the things that we did find through that. So we found
no way. How did you use, let's say, one of 10 for that?
Just to go to quiz videos and then looking what recently went viral. And then we saw that this one went viral. So I can do Paw Patrol. Let's do Paw Patrol as humans. Paw Patrol. So we saw like videos like this, like 2.2 million in 8 months, 500K in 4 months. And it was like a recent video. Maybe if I filters, here. Are they making AI animations now? Oh, that's so heavily copyrighted with IP. I swear there's like a Vietnamese person like printing fucking money from this. Very smart. You know, quiz is at least transformed, so I'm not as afraid for these kind of things.
What's with the Vietnamese like YouTube world? What is specific about them?
So the thing with Vietnamese people is that their staff is very cheap. They realize that they can get paid US money in Vietnam. So that's the big thing. It's like arbitrage of money, you know?
Yeah.
We go to Spain to live a good life because here it's a lot cheaper than going into the Netherlands, going into Sweden, going into these different kinds of places. So that's what the Vietnamese realize as well. If you can make American-speaking audience content and, you know, you get $10 per 1,000 views and you get like 1 million views a month, you know, you can pay 30 people to work for you full time for the price of one pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, one Dutch employee, you have a brute invoice and then you have to calculate 40% on top of that because you have to pay insurance, you have to pay the rest of the costs and diseases and you call off. So if your salary is like 3.2K in the Netherlands, you add 40% on top of that, you're going to be ending up paying $4,000. $4,000 going to get you 10 people in Vietnam working for you. So as long as you give them proper training and proper SOPs, then of course it's a worthwhile investment, but otherwise it won't be. So there's a big difference in those two. But here you have the trend. I tried searching a little bit more recently. I don't know if it's Paw Patrol or like Bluey or someone else, but it was like at least like one video that went crazy viral. Or Peppa Pig. Or here you have a Peppa Pig as an example. So here you have 807K views in 4 weeks, and this was like more recent. And like it was a mega viral video. So I found this one as for 1 of 10, like in the outlier section. Right. I have to do topics like this. This is actually interesting for me. And then here we see like the Vietnamese stuff. They always run these like shady compilation channels and like IP channels. Yeah. So I don't think this is official. They probably use AI to make stuff different so it doesn't get catched. But yeah, as you can see, they're printing pretty good money already in just a couple of weeks. But this is like very high risk. This channel can be terminated any day. For 1.3 million views is still good money. My idea also is like I'm going to quit with a lot of the low quality stuff and start working more on brands and personality based channels.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like,
oh, this is a branded channel?
This is a branded channel. This is not my channel, just for clarification.
Right.
But this is like a very interesting channel. As you can see, like 6.3 million views, 6.3 million views. And they talk. So there's like a couple of actors together and then they run a channel. But look at the views. 47 million views. So they're still doing
3 months.
Yeah, 1.5 million views per day. So with an average RPM of, I'd say 4, depending on how long duration is, maybe 5. You know, they're doing 250,000 a month. So having one channel like this on this scale is so much more interesting than to have all of these small channels. So this is like more of the stuff that I want to start. But, you know, hiring an actor, hiring full-time staff is not something you can just do. And of course, like eventually someone wants to get paid some sort of percentage in order to keep making content. Because if you get paid 4,000 a month and someone makes 250,000 on you, you won't be happy. So this is like some of the content stuff that I'm looking into producing myself soon. There's some other deals that I'm working on. I'm working on a license deal that's worth 30,000, and I have another licensing deal coming that's worth $500,000 actually, of one of the biggest Spanish creators in the world.
Okay.
So we're buying her catalog soon, and then all future videos until 2028.
That's all licensing?
Yeah, that's the license. So we license the content from a famous TikToker in this case, and then we use that content to make a bunch of different sort of compilation style content.
Yeah.
And because we then have the rights and we use the owned and operated channel, we're able to monetize it. And that's also how I actually had a video upload on my own channel, which was how I got a channel from $0 to $1,000 a day within 18 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a crazy fast one. So that was one of the best results we've ever had. And that's with her content. So we want to buy the license to her, hopefully keep that out and then milk the cow, get a good profitable section in there. And, you know, that's it. That's at least it for the YouTube animation business. So what I use for management, I use my Trello, I use my Slack. So first I start on my phone, then I use my computer.
It's all in your morning, basically.
Yeah. So my morning is nothing else than normally answering messages. So I try and get this thing done in the morning. Then I normally try and go towards the gym, and then the computer work starts after. And then once I'm done on the computer, the most important stuff. And then on Notion, I have my own to-do calendar. So content that I have to make for my coaching company, but also content that I have to make for the YouTube animation stuff or to check channels is then added into a calendar. So every day I have a calendar, which I know are my tasks. So my team can also give me tasks of things that I have to do.
Right.
Not just the other way around. So this way I can make sure they are in check, but I can also make sure that I'm in check. And then based on that, we can say like, hey, listen, as an example, this channel doesn't no longer work. Let's stop this channel. Or like, hey, Warner, I'm doubting if this channel will become profitable or not. What can we do? And then it's like, okay, Turkish, you know, it's not my favorite language. It's not profitable right now. Is it going to be profitable in 3 months from now? I don't think so. That means I'm going to throw away another $1,500. It's not worth it. Do I want to kill the channel? No. So I can ask the team, hey, please do 1 video a week. So remove all the other ones. I don't care which one you upload. Because 1 video a week, I lose $80 a month. But then in the Christmas period, you know, it might go more viral. It might work better. And then I start ramping up the production again. And then it goes faster and faster and faster. That's my goal.
How many employees you have, you said?
We have 70 freelancers we work with.
Wow.
So here you have, as an example, Sprunky Quiz. And here you got 1.4 million views in 8 months. So this was like a very popular one. Someone literally just makes this channel called Sprunky Quiz. It doesn't do anything anymore. So I guess it's dead now. Still get some views, you know. You make content on a trend and you sing it out. Here, 10 million views in 5 months, which is still kind of popular. So Guess the Sprunky might actually be a topic that is still interesting to go ahead and produce. 3,000 views per hour is pretty good.
What do you look at in the VPH?
Yeah, the VPH. So views per hour. Well, it's an interesting thing. If we're like a thinner one and I can use a different character or a different combination, I might blow up again and get into suggested. And if I get 300 views per hour evergreen, it might be worth it.
Because 3,000 views per hour, you're like, okay, this is good. Because you're looking at it 5 months later.
Yeah.
If it,
you know, I have to make back $20. So as long as I get 10,000 views, I'm profitable.
Right.
So that's one. So then I can keep scrolling and I can keep finding channels. Like maybe there's like one this month as an example. So I can try this month. As you see, like almost nothing shows up anymore. Here, Chris Master actually did it. 35,000 views. Who dances better? Spunky Quiz. So I can go back up. I can do 4 to 20 minutes and I can go ahead and do this month. And you see like 27K views, 35K views. Guess the OC Pyramid Strunky. I don't know what the fuck this is. But as you can see, pretty damn viral. 8 days ago, got 200,000 views on 58,000 subscribers, which means it's an outlier. 1,000 views per hour. So this is definitely an interesting channel and video to look at. Stuff you hear as well. Like this looks like Italian brainwash, just looks a little bit different. Like what the fuck is this? Zebra melon? I don't know. So I look at this one, and this one has 400 views per hour and is still doing well, even after a week. So even if I can get 30,000 views a day, it becomes worth it. So then I go ahead and, in this case, tonight I will go ahead, take a screenshot and put it into the Trello board. The team knows what to do. I'll get some feedback via. I don't know how long it takes to design these characters. So because I have to design the characters and make new stuff, it will probably be $25 for the video. But like as an example, the Brainbots characters, we already have all the designs. We already have everything. So there's nothing else than copy pasting existing designs. So it becomes a lot cheaper. That's where the profit margin is for them and for us.
Is there any like big numbers you think we could show from somewhere?
So let's go to August of 2020.
What is the rate, by the way?
This is a dashboard from one of the MCNs that we used to work with.
Okay.
So we still have some channels under them, but
that's right.
And there's like a couple of channels demonetized and like I lose a little bit of money. But now it's going to load. So here you see the actual big month. 522K in the month.
Okay.
That's a pretty big number, huh?
Yes.
That is awesome.
It's life-changing.
Yeah, and here you have some content to fall asleep to. I mean, you can share this, that's fine.
So
here you see like channels like no longer the videos exist because now in this case it's old, but these were like all sorts of kind of channels that were linked. This is like promotional content, so you were working with like famous creators and then we were providing them the right side of the content, which was also adding up to a good amount of a licensing deal, you know? 1% of licensing, I made $4,000 a month doing absolutely nothing, just giving them my content.
Passive income, YouTube automation.
This was the most pure form of passive income because I did nothing besides sharing one-time drive link. And in total, this licensing deal has probably made me about $250,000 over 2.5 years.
Wow.
Very consistent every month.
Before getting into that, let me tell you about how the 1 of 10 strategy team can help you grow your channel much faster and make more money. Our team has directly worked with over 100 YouTubers to grow their channels by optimizing their content, focusing on the right strategy. So for example, here's a video idea, title, and thumbnail that we crafted for Mike Shake that ended up getting 22 million views and being his most popular video of all time. Another example is the content strategy we built for Callaway, helping him go from 0 to 70,000 subscribers and grow a 6-figure business on top of that. And those are only just 2 of many creators the team has worked with in the past 6 years. So if you're ready to take your channel to the next level in the next 90 days with daily support, video reviews, winning ideas, titles, and thumbnails, and even 2 calls per month to answer all your questions, head over to oneof10.com/strategy to book a call.
How did you first start licensing? Because that's a big part of your record, from what I understand.
So very interesting is I have to, that's a little bit of promotion stuff. I actually made this video, which is like my Instagram pin post that I made. So I can actually bring everyone through like how it looks like for me to make content for coaching, but also go through my story, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So how did I earn 7 million with YouTube automation? I started in 2006 by stacking books on top of each other and screen recording my screen. But in this case with the camera, because screen recordings didn't really exist besides Bandicam 2, which I didn't know because I was fucking 6 years old.
Yes.
In 2013, I did Minecraft Hunger Game videos. I did that on the nice way with good quality animations. You can see this actually looks pretty decent. Like for 10 years ago.
That's excellent, I gotta say.
Thank you very much. And then I did it on a little bit of a less nice way.
You went more edgy. Got it.
I went more edgy. A little spider making spicy content. Perfect OnlyFans promotion. Didn't exist back then either. And then here you can see in 2016, I actually got the big results. So I made like $2,300 in a day when I was 16, or just turned 17 here. So started earning $20,000 a month consistently at the age of 16. I also uploaded content which was not so legal to do. So I uploaded a lot of Family Guy content. Got taken down for that. Because I was part of
You were able to monetize from that?
Yeah, you know, you didn't have any monetization requirements until like 2018. So before that, you start a channel, you hit the application, or through a network, it's monetized and it's monetized.
Wow, the good days.
The very good days. All my content got removed when I turned 18. And this was because I was doing a lot of copyrighted content. I was live streaming Family Guy or uploading Dragon Ball. So this is a very fun story. Every Monday, I skipped school in middle school because I was illegally live streaming Dragon Ball, which was in Japan,
bro.
because of the different time zones. So I stayed home.
Money from Dragon Ball. That's
yeah. Because I was live streaming, I knew I could live stream it. So they started at 9 p.m. Launching their new episodes of Dragon Ball Super in this case. And they wouldn't check it because it's evening. So their content ID team, their protection team was not aligned. So I knew that they would have someone in early at 7 a.m. to do the first checks. So I live stream till 6:45. I take down my live stream. I make it private so they can't access it and they can't see the content so they can't detect it. Then after they do the first checks till 8 p.m., I do the translation to the English part. Then I go ahead and live stream again the entire day. So every Monday, I was making between 2 to 6 grand when I was 16 in middle school. I mean, yeah, I did. So I paid the entrepreneur way. Entrepreneur way, you fuck up first. Same as Uber, you know, you don't ask for permission, you just do, and you pay the fines, and along the way you get too big and they can't do anything anymore.
Yeah, exactly. To say sorry, then
say sorry, pay a fine, you know. So when I was 18, I started licensing content. So that's why I'm showing you this. This is also one of the biggest channels, and this is also one of the channels that made about $1.2 to $1.8 million. And that's also because here we started doing longer duration videos, as you can see. Whereas 4 or 5 years ago, this is like a week-old board. Yeah, it's not even online on my own page yet. How did I get started? And I started in 2 ways. So I knew about licensing content and asking permission of my Minecraft times. So I had a little bit of experience in it. Yeah. Then I have a friend, which is also my competitor, but also a very good friend of mine. And he asked me to randomly come on holidays with him for a certain type of deal to the south of France. I was like, yeah, sure. I just got a brand new Range Rover back then. I was like, let me do a road trip. I'm going to drive that shit myself. And like, don't do it in one day. I didn't care. I drove 17 hours straight to the place. And he showed me some content ID stuff. So maybe not the nicest thing of me to do, but he asked me not to do it. But he asked me that like 3 days later when I was already doing it. So he should have maybe mentioned that a little bit earlier, like, hey, I'm going to show you something. Don't do this. I don't like you sharing this. But he told me that 3 days later, once he recognized that I got a deal with one of the creators, which in this case was Wispy Slimes, about the ownership of the page. And all the slime videos, I could claim a lot of slime videos, which then resulted in me, my first month doing content ID, I earned $28,000. And my second month, I earned $96,000. Wow. So I scaled the baby very quick. And it was all me. There was no staff, no nothing, just me. And then I was like, what other topics do we have? So we have slime, but what is like, it's satisfying slime. What about satisfy? So then I started buying satisfying content, and I got such a big library that I became the second largest license holder in all of Asia.
Okay.
We were working with an Asian party here. And that's how we got the channel. And as you can see here, this made like 600K a year. Casual 600K. Even though I don't like flexing, I don't have Rolexes, I don't have a car, I have a fucking MX in Bali, that's all I own.
Just got a few villas, but okay.
So subtle hinting. Thank you very much. And then here you can see this is my best month, which is a screenshot from the screen recording I showed you.
Beautiful. In a month.
Yeah, and this was mostly because of the Donald Trump inauguration. And because most channels, you couldn't actually monetize this.
Right.
So what we did is we uploaded music to Content ID, and then we uploaded the music into the end of the outro song.
You know how to play the game?
So gray area shit. That's why I said like most of my money came from this gray area stuff. So still proper YouTube animation videos, like everything normal, scripting, voiceover. We even hired actors for this stuff. We were posting 14 times a day. It was an operation of 60 people. Posting 14 times a day, but we got these channels consistently. So if you see like a lot of shady Turkish channels, they were like all of my channels, all of them. So we consistently got the channels to 3,000 a day, 7,000 a day, 10,000 a day, 15,000 a day. And then one eventually, we normally go to about 50,000 in earnings, and then we stop the channel. And that's because it's too much risk to get catched. And then we had like, eventually we had like, I think 21, 22 different channels consistently cycling this.
Wow.
So we did this, and then we got the split screen content, in which we got so big that we actually did this a second time. And for this, we got a legal letter from YouTube to ask us to stop doing this. And this is under a policy, which is, so this is actually abusing the famous names, which is normally what happens is that people, as an example, I can make a song called Justin Bieber. So I could say like, Justin Bieber, Justin Bieber. And I could call the song, technically speaking, Justin Bieber. Yeah. And I would put that into a complete mix of Justin Bieber songs. Well, there is something that the music labels aren't happy with, and that is abusing their artists.
Oh, yeah.
And in this case, I call the song Justin Bieber, and I put it into a compilation of Justin Bieber songs. And even though I only get like 1/20th of the money, because there's like 20 different songs, but normally from one company, so it gets shared between two companies, so I make 50% of those earnings. So if I put on a Justin Bieber 2025 playlist, I'm going to be making like, that video can easily get 20 million views. No problem. Yep. So I can make, let's say the video is $3 RPM on YouTube's average for music. That's 60 grand. So I would make 30 grand on just making a song, Justin Bieber. And this thing went on for a long time because we do the right side of the content. So we do the K, the slime, the satisfying, the nail art, everything. Yep. ASMR, lip ASMR is also one way we were very big in. Just eating. And then the creator, we didn't have permission for.
Okay.
So we just use the creator's content because they're famous, and that's in the name, which you can see here is Mark Adams and Luke Davison and some other names.
That would work. Yeah.
That would work, and then we claim it on the right side and we get all the money. So all of this combines, like I said, everything went right into these months. You get the black hat, you got the other stuff. That all resulted, well, not showing to brag, but I can go back to the dashboard. And most of the stuff was through claims. And so once again, there's a bunch of huge automations in there. But if we go to, for example, let's go to months before, this was every month. And so this is probably 300K or something. Here's 376. So now you're almost at $1 million in 2 months, or like 900K. Well, then you go to June 2023. And then now we use different partners for the content ID stuff. So we work with different CMSs, different networks. So that's why I do a lot of communication on my phone, because I have to, of course, keep up with the rules of everyone here. 328. So now we're at 1.2 million in 3 months.
That was a crazy time. Damn.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. So something I'm very happy with, something which is absolutely amazing. And that stopped pretty much in May 2024. So April 2024, we're still doing well, but we had to remove a lot of content because YouTube, of course, was like, hey, we're getting complaints from people. We got the law thing, but I was still doing 160K a month. And this then dropped all the way down to eventually pretty much nothing. Now we're still making some money, but not as much. And now we use different partners. I can't show every dashboard. This one I can show. It's all a little bit more older data. But still, we're doing 100 to 140,000 months on average. So still very good. Not too shabby. Profit margin a little bit more thin because of course we used to have all this content. Now we have to buy new content, fix a lot of things. Now we're running on a 50% profit margin only.
Okay.
But we're looking to up that about to 70, 80% in the next 3 months. And then Q4, I'll probably hit my goal is $250,000 a month again.
How much profit are you making?
Right now, I would have to say about 70,000.
Okay.
So it's a little bit less than I was hoping for. And it feels very bad, of course, comparing it to these months, which was definitely something which gave me a big profit
back then.
About 70%. I was making the biggest month was a little bit less because we had so much staff to pay for the Donald Trump videos, but it also did the best out of all. And that month we profited $276K.
Oh,
so about 55%. So yeah, my entire Bali villa I paid for it in one go.
Nice.
I just got wet by a child. So no, that was doing amazing. So right now it's a combination of doing clean brands, and I'm also doing a big investment I've told you about a little bit.
Yeah.
Can't say too much about that, but it's the most important thing that you can possibly get inside of YouTube. Doing a huge acquisition. So that's coming, and that will be the big play for me. So my goal, in all transparency, is to shift away from traditional YouTube automation, YouTube AI. My goal is to become a sort of content provider. So using the networks, using my relationships, and then my coaching. That compound effect for me personally is way bigger than doing the YouTube automation part.
Yeah.
Same goes for you. You have mostly software.
Yeah.
Software and coaching and consulting.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for me. My consulting makes my YouTube better. My YouTube makes my consulting better.
Exactly.
And then I'm already working and helping creators like with certain types of deals and certain types of things that my students need to also get that. So I also take a commission on that. And that's now starting to add up. Not much, $1,800 a month currently.
Right.
But as an example, we now work together with MSM. So with Microsoft Bing.
Oh, wow.
So that's a very interesting, like you can just show here. So if you're a big creator, you have over 100,000 subscribers, you can go ahead and shoot me a message with your content, and it's like this, just this.
Right.
And, you know, there's like advertisement here. So that's how they make money. And they're looking for creators to start posting videos. So they don't have like a lot here. I don't know exactly how all of this works.
Okay.
Like I have no idea. We just post the content on the back end and that's it.
Okay.
So here you have like, I don't know, is this is like a news article, or is this like just some videos? But normally there's like a lot of different videos in here. So walking videos did very well, you know, the city walking trips.
Yeah.
And that's like also the kind of content I want to create, like 4K walking videos, like hiring someone to do this.
Oh yeah, I always wondered about that.
Yeah, so this is also done through a network. And this is like a HP walking tours. You know, you travel around a little bit. So as an example, I could do one in Marbella. And you can do one in Milan. So you post like once a week, you travel. As an example, if I would move back to the Netherlands, I have to pay taxes again. I would probably start a channel like this. And then I could put all my travels.
Yeah.
This is like a tax deduction. I'll be like, yeah, I have to walk around the city. Like I actually get paid for this. And, you know, these channels look very good. 1.3 million views. And then people think this makes nothing. But the average watch hour is like fucking insane. So this probably has a $20 to $30 RPM. So this is like 26 to 40,000 a month. Without as much cost, because the gear you have, flights $500, hotels $500 per week. So 4,000 a month in cost. And then you get like all of these beautiful videos. I think someone would be very happy to do this as a job.
For sure.
Sit in hotels, walk around in big cities. You know, you can do a whole tour in all of Spain. You can
You don't need someone to travel. No, you can just hire someone per city, no?
You can hire someone per city, but I think it will take you longer and more effort to hire someone per city than it is to get someone. And the person also needs all their equipment.
Oh.
So yeah, stabilizer, they need a body cam.
True,
you know, they need the gear or the gear thing where they have like a mix where they can walk. And then they need to walk for 2, 3, 4 hours straight.
That's so true.
So those channels are very interesting. You want to see a very interesting channel? So this is like content that I find very interesting. Like I'm in the weirdest niches. Like nobody ever expects this kind of thing, but it's like a virtual car tours. So like virtual car road trips or virtual road trips. And this is like insane niches. So here we got a 4K relaxing channel, and all the thing they do,
car road trip.
the only thing they do is they drive a car for 5-6 hours straight, and that's it. Here, driving in Switzerland from Grindelwald to Luxembourg, 4K, 60 FPS. It's a 40-minute drive. That's it. Nothing special. 5 years ago. And these channels, man, I'm telling you, like these older channels, they're always monetized because YouTube thinks they're always unique content. And you look at this. Like, it's only one viral video. I swear, this channel's going to get like 100,000 views. No more, probably. Because it's not doing anything. It doesn't even...
There's some that pop.
Okay. 67K.
Okay, yeah.
But times 20, this person is still doing like $1,200 a month. When this video was posted 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And like, this is like, yeah, still doing some videos. but not as many interesting things. And the thumbnails look shit. This person doesn't know what he's doing, but it's just a fun project. I have one big viral video. It's like maybe it works.
Also, off camera, you told me you did an experiment with 21 channels, and that something happened, popped off. Yeah, tell the secret sauce.
Tell the secret sauce. So I wanted to run a social experiment, and I didn't care about, in this case, making money or losing money. And I was always looking into what are the absolute biggest companies on YouTube do. And one of those companies is called The Soul Publish. Those are the owners of 5-Man Crabs, and they have produced their content in all sub-languages, and they're on MSN, they're on Amazon, they're on Snapchat. They have a huge catalog of content which is consistently making them money. And I was looking on the website and I was like, they say that their content is produced in 21 different languages. So, with a little bit of researching, deep research in ChatGPT, I discovered all 21 of their languages that they're doing. So we have Dutch, we have English, German, Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, Russian, Ukrainian, Hindu, Pakistani. What else do you have? Indonesian, Vietnamese, and all of these different languages.
Let's say you compare. So let's say English is $7 RPM.
Yeah.
German would be what?
German would in this case be about 5.5, 6.
Okay.
Surprisingly high RPM. One of my favorite countries, also one of the most profitable countries, is Polish.
Okay.
Polish, very low competition, very easy to go viral. We got monetized, including waiting monetization, I think in 9 and 10 days.
Nice.
So like second video got 40,000 views in 2 days and got all the refinements, high subscriber conversion for skits related videos. And what's the RPM? Well, the RPM is currently about 3.5 to 5.5. It depends if we go kids content or if we go more adult content.
Okay.
So if it's like general knowledge quiz, it's higher. If we go for like find the odd one out's Italian brain rot edition, of course it's gonna be a little bit lower. But for it's like Bluey or Peppa Pig videos, it's gonna be lower.
What about your experience with Spanish?
Spanish is one of my favorite countries. Huge size, very low RPM. RPM $1, $1.20.
Wow.
But normally we get about 50,000 to 100,000 views a day. We're still profitable on it. It nets me about $1,000 a month right now. It was down. It used to be 3,000, 4,000 a month. But it comes with trends. So early on the trend, we do well.
What software is or tools you're using? So we started talking about one that's of course your own. It's 1 of 10. So 1 of 10 is one that I use for video topics. For niches, I use Next Level a little bit. But normally my main go-to is Ludi Incognito. I always say to everyone is that you don't need paid subscriptions. But once you're having a bigger company or you want to make it easier for your staff, I recommend getting. That's my personal experience. Because ideation and coming up with viral topics is the key point of going viral. I always say the number one thing you need to do is find a viral niche, then change the concept of the niche. You have one last piece of advice for someone wanting to kill it in YouTube automation.
One killer piece of advice, I would split this up into 2 pieces. If you don't have a lot of money, to start with AI channels, figure out how to make AI videos from scratch. Do that, do it cheaply. Use Cascade voiceover, try and get lucky. If you don't have money, that's for pretty much anyone watching in the third world countries. Of course, the level apps is going to be expensive. CapCut subscription, you have that. Image generation subscriptions. The ChatGPT, it adds up. If you can't afford $300, $400, $500 a month, learn it yourself and use the cheapest resources out there and hope you get a viral hit. Make $5,000, make 20 grand. Use that money to further invest. If you're a Western person, let's say from America or from a first world country, I would invest into proper YouTube automation, where it's like you hire a script writer, you hire a voiceover artist, or you use the version 3 of 11 Labs. You hire a good editor and you go for a little bit more quality videos, because this way you build an evergreen asset instead of trying to shoot lucky. You can buy a ticket to, to fucking gamble thing and you hope to get lucky. Or, hey, listen, if I do this, then my chances are a lot higher to get success. So your chances with AI might be a lot less to get success. You might get a 30, 40% success rate for sure if you cheap out. So if you don't get the resources and you do cheap, your success rate might be 10% or 15%. But if you're able to run 5 channels, you might not get success in 3 months, but in 6 months, you might get the channel to 10 grand a month. So that's one. And then you use that money to go into proper YouTube automation, invest into a good quality team, then start ramping up and then building a real YouTube automation company. That's what I would advise for everybody.
Hey guys. You can get that digital asset right now. They have the secret sauce. The asset plan is, you showed what dream life looked like. Yeah, it's amazing. Now it's time to go ahead and hit the gym. Let's go and go for some food. Let's do it. Bye. Thanks so much for, Surprise.